Hey, what's going on, everybody? Lego Dude here. Today we have the Transformer Studio Series 66 Leader Class Overload. So, here's Overload. And as usual, we will first take a quick look at the packaging. Right in front here we have Overload, very nice image of Overload. Studio Series number 66, his name is Overload from Transformers Revenge of the Fallen Transformers. On the side of the box we have Overload. Oh, on the side of the box we have Devastator. Billy. On the other side of the box we have Overload. He is a leader. He is a leader class, a class A leader, a leader class A, and a class A leader. Up top, Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. On the bottom, words and a barcode. On the back of the box you have your obligatory product shots with a brief bio. There's it stands Quake has Constructicon Overload combined with his comrades to form Constructicon Devastator. 34 steps for transformation. That's basically it for the packaging. And moving right along here, we have Constructicon Overload, the final piece for Studio Series Devastator. And here he is. And here he is in his vehicle mode. Overall, a very nice looking vehicle mode. There are some things that could have been improved on. For instance, the cab section. I like the red here, but I wish they could have made it white like it was in the movie. And taking a look at the details, nice ladder detailing. There's the back. Up top, you can see his head. On the bottom, here's the bottom. He does roll. Hooray for rolling. And for a quick comparison, let me see if I can get these guys both in frame. Here it is with Leader Class Megatron, which when I first saw the images of Overload, I thought these two were going to be exactly the same length, but overall, Meg's is a bit longer. And as far as accessories go, he does include little thing for a Mixmaster, which I will go over this more when I do the full review of Studio Series Devastator. And this just plugs into the back right here, and it stays on there nice and tight. Except for when you don't. Now you're gonna have this works in a certain way. So what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to have the back plugged in as far as it can go before inserting this piece, because if you just slap the two back pieces together, it's going to be very loose. So yeah, that is basically it for the vehicle mode. So let's turning to the transformation of Overload. Start here with the back. Pull these sections apart and rotate them 90 degrees. Then you're going to want to take this section right here, pull all this up, slide this forward. All of this will come up and plug in like so. And then this section will plug in right here. And then just flip out this little spike here to create his little scorpion tail. Then take these wheel sections right here, flip them back. And then what you do is you take the head, pull, and just tab it in. Now let's work on the arms. So you're just going to want to tap this arm, unplug it, fold it down, take this, untab it, fold it out, and then you're going to want to move this down 2 clicks. Move this up, and then this should just lock, and then there's a little locking point for it. Do the same thing on the other side. What we got here, now we got two arms all done. Now we can work on the legs. So you're just going to want to split the legs, rotate this whole section up, fold out his knee spike, fold this section up if it hasn't done so already, fold this down, and then swing out his heel spur. And we have a leg all done. Do the same thing on the other side. And we're done. There we have Overload in his robot mode. And he looks good. Definitely looks good. Very accurate to the concept art. I'm very impressed. So let's take a closer look at his head sculpt. Very nice looking head sculpt there. You can see lots of nice detailing all the way through. Look at these feet. I like the feet here, but I've heard some people complain that it isn't the spider leg looking thing that it was in the original concept art. So, as far as articulation goes, the head is on a ball joint, so you can move it around however you want. The arms, there's a mushroom joint here, mushroom peg here. There's a hinge joint. There's a hinge joint here, a hinge joint here, and a hinge joint here. There's a hinge joint here, a hinge joint here, and a hinge joint here, and a hinge joint here. Legs move forward, far, back, far, outward, that far, and there's only ankle articulation. There's no toe articulation. And as far as the little drum goes, we can take it. We can come to the back here, and it'll just clip on like so, but it's very hard to get it on. But once you have it on there, it should stay there nice and securely. It shouldn't wobble around on you. So let's just take that off. And get him back into his vehicle mode. So, first thing you're going to want to do for the legs is you're just going to want to fold up this heel spur. Fold, and then just make sure that these look how they are supposed to, and then they should just tab it in together like so. And then just untab his head, and then just make sure his crotch is pushed back all the way, and it should lock into place. There you go, and the wheels should lock into place. You're going to want to make sure that they're flush with these little gray things. We'll get to that later. Alright, and then you're just going to want to make sure that his legs are perfectly straight for this next part. So you're just going to fold this in, untab all of this, slide this out, tab it in, and all of this should just plug in like so. If you don't have the wheels perfectly flush with these gray bits or the legs perfectly straight, this will not tab in correctly. And you're going to want to tab in the middle wheels right here. And there we go. Now we got the front of Overload's truck mode. So now let's come to the arms. You're just going to want to curl them in, and there is a little tab that should, and there's a little slot. I don't know how well you can see that. There's a little slot right in there that this should tab into. There we go. And it should sit like that. Then you're going to come to the arms. You're just going to want to fold all this in, and then this peg will go right into this port right here. But before we do that, you're going to want to take this little hook section right here, flip it in. There you go. And then now just plug it in. Then that should sit nice and flush, and then move this up 2 clicks and rotate it 90 degrees. Now we got arms the arms all compressed. Now let's do the same thing for the other side. I'm just going to put this, fold this up, this down, take the arm, just compress it into its little cavity right here. There we go. Then take the other arm, plug it in. There we go. Move it up 2 clicks, and then rotate it 90 degrees. Now we're going to take, now you're just going to want it. Now, you don't want to apply too much force to this because it is not actually that tight, but you're just going to want to, but it's a little tight to get up, so you're just going to want to fold these arms back together and then just tab them together. And this is a little bonus step. If you want to do it, just take the... Now, there are some little clips right here that will go into these little grooves right here. Just clip that in. And there we go. Overload. Back in its truck mode. And yeah, it's overall a great figure. This was a figure that I was highly anticipating ever since I had got the leader class scavenger. Because basically this is the order I got him in. This was the order that I got the Constructicons in. I got Mixmaster first, then it was Scrapper, Hightower, Scrap Metal, Long Haul, Rampage, and Scavenger. So this was a figure I was highly anticipating since I got Scavenger. But that is the studio's... Oh crap, I just bumped the buildable porg off. Man. Fix this. So that was the Studio Series Leader Class Overload. And I hope you enjoy it. But before we go, I'm still doing my I just want to announce that the Death Star right here will be my 20 sub review. So make sure you sub, make it happen. And I will review the Death Star.